Joel, we see you settling in with your new sofa. How have you settled in to Notts County over the last few weeks as the season's begun?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really, really good. I mean, from the first day I came in, obviously the management team and the players welcomed me in very, very well. And like you said, I've just settled in very nicely and just can't wait to keep going and see where it takes us at the end of the season.
What have you made to decide to start the season? You're unbeaten, of course. There was a few, disappointing remarks made by the manager where he was disappointed with the side's performance and the points that you got. How have you made it as a side going forward?
I mean, as you said, obviously the gaffer was a bit disappointed with obviously the couple of results that we've had, but at the end of the day, we haven't lost any games. So at the same time, obviously in the games that we have drew, we definitely do believe that we should have definitely took 3 points. But again, it's a learning curve for us, and every game we just try and take it by the scruff of the hands and get the win.
I'm interested to know your kind of experiences of playing football behind closed doors and then instantly going back into the cauldron of noises that we've seen over the last few weeks. How easy or difficult has that been to adapt to as a footballer?
I mean, obviously as a footballer, you're used to playing in front of loads of fans. So obviously last season when we played majority of games without fans, it didn't feel quite the same. Even the urge when you're playing, it just doesn't feel the same. So when the fans did come back in this season, it's completely different. I mean, obviously, as you know, playing at Meadow Lane in front of the fans is brilliant, and it gives us that extra drive to go on and obviously perform well for them.
Lots of new players came into Notts across the summer, including yourself. How have you found yourself settling in with those guys? What's been the spirit and the mood been like in the dressing room over the last few weeks?
I mean, it's been very good, to be honest with you. It's been very good. Like I said, we haven't had any truly disappointing results, i.e. losing games. So at the moment, the spirits within the team and the morale is very, very good. And yeah, I think it kind of shows on the pitch as well that we're more of a team now, even though we've got a lot of new players, new signings. I think you can kind of see on the pitch that we gel very well together.
One of those players who's come back from injury and I guess could feel almost like a new signing for Notts fans is Cal Roberts back in the side. What's it like to play with him and to watch him do things like he did against Weymouth at the weekend?
Yeah, he's a very, very, very good player. Very good player. Yeah, it's brilliant to have a player like him in our team. That can score goals like he did against Weymouth on the weekend, and kind of get us out of a little rut that we were in, obviously during the game. But yeah, like you said, he's a fantastic player to play with.
It's always the old cliche, isn't it, that it's better to play at home than it is away. It's not easy, maybe might not be the word, but in terms of some of the long away trips that you've had to do, how mentally draining, how physically tiring is it to have to keep doing those big long trips like you had to at Weymouth at the weekend?
Yeah, I mean, it's very, very mentally draining. That trip was very, very long. Like obviously on the coach, a few hours down there, obviously staying over in the hotel. But on the way back after the game, it's a lot worse because you're obviously drained from the game. You got obviously sore legs and whatnot, and you just want to get back home and just chill. But the journey again took us. I think it took us about 4.5 hours, 4 hours. So it was a very long distance. But I guess you have to get it done. So for us, it's a good thing that we've already played them, so we don't have to go back down there again.
What are you doing during those 4 hours? Is it Netflix? Is it listening to music? Is it playing cards? What's the vibe on the team bus at the moment?
A bit of everything, to be fair. A few of the lads like to listen to their music. A few of the lads like to obviously, like you said, watch Netflix. But me personally, I play cards. I play Uno with a few of the lads on the bus.
Yeah, good game.
Passes a lot of time.
You're back at home now for the next couple of games. How much are you looking forward to that challenge and being able to kick on over the next couple of matches?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, it's something we deliberately really want to do. So at this moment in time, we want to just go out and then obviously in our next game in front of the home fans, try and get the 3 points and show them how good of a team we actually are by picking up those 3 points.
Appreciate your time, Joel. Enjoy the new sofa.
No worries. Thanks a lot.
Joel, obviously Uno is a game loved by everybody, but who is the Notts County Uno champion?
Well, it's funny you say that because on Saturday, I was actually bottom of the pile, but by the time we come off the bus, okay. So at the moment, it's me.
You are the Uno champion.
At the moment, yeah.
I've also got to ask as well, as one of the new players, you would have to have done a sing-song at some point, would you? Can you enlighten us as to what you sang to the rest of the players?
Yes, I did. I sang, it was an away trip against Barnet, I believe, and I actually sang a song which I really like, which is Mario, Let Me Love You, which the boys enjoyed.
Did they? Were you one of the better performers? Because I've heard various reports of the levels of quality.
Yeah, there's been a few good ones, Mine's definitely up there though, 100%.
Ed Francis was supposed to be quite good though, wasn't he? Didn't he sing Country Boy or something?
Yeah, well, along those lines, yeah, one of those songs there. He was actually decent as well.
Yeah. Joe, it's the first time we've got to speak to you since you actually moved to Notts in the summer. What was the summer like for you?
I mean, for me, it was almost like I didn't really know where I stood. You know, coming back into, obviously when I was at Chesterfield, going back into I had a conversation before going back in, and basically was told that my time there is going to be limited. So me going back in there was almost, I felt a bit deflated, you know, because I knew I wasn't going to play. So obviously, because that's what I've been told. So I just went back in and just, you know, tried to do as best as I could. And then luckily for me, I was in there I was back for 3 days, I think it was 2 or 3 days before I got the call from Notts County, and then that was all wrapped up very quickly.
How surprised were you to be told that you were obviously going to get limited game time? Because you only joined Chesterfield in December, am I right in thinking?
Yeah. To me, it's very surprising, very, very surprising. I mean, again, I only joined in December, like you said, and I plan to obviously stay there and kick on because we done well last season. So I intended that I was going to be there again to do exactly the same. But yeah, things happen, and then yeah, I'm here now.
What reasons did they give you for telling that you could go?
They literally just said to me that we're going to bring in another player, which the gaffer there really liked, and he was obviously going to play. So he just said to me, like, you're basically going to be second choice. So if you want to stay here, you can stay. If anyone comes in for you, then we'll have a chat about it. And then yeah, that's just how it happened, literally.
What was your relationship like with the Chesterfield manager?
Yeah, we had a good relationship, to be fair. I mean, he's the one who brought me into Chesterfield in the first place.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had a good relationship, but I mean, like, I guess it's just how football works, isn't it? Like, he saw somebody that he obviously thought that which would benefit the team a lot more than I did, and then yeah, that's what happened.
And obviously moving to Notts County, how do you feel you've done in the last 2 games? I mean, I thought you were man of the match on Saturday. You must be quite happy with the form and how things are going.
Yeah, of course, everything's going well. You know, I'm settling in very nicely, getting into the rhythm of games. You know, yeah, because obviously back at Chesterfield, I didn't really have a rhythm of game time. I was playing probably 2 games, then out for a game, and then playing. You know what I mean? So back at Notts County now, me playing every week at the moment it's going very well for me, and I'm fitting in with the team very nicely and gelling very good. So yeah, it's all good.
It's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Because obviously Notts County's left wing back at the time, Calvin Miller's obviously got to Chesterfield. You've come to Notts County. What are the differences between the 2 clubs? When obviously you both want to be up there challenging for promotion.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I played against him last season when obviously I was at Chesterfield, and yeah, he was a decent player. But I just think that with me, I like to attack a lot. I like to, you know, contribute to goals and going forward. And with the style of play that the gaffer at Notts County wants to play, I feel like I just fit that perfectly.
And how much you relish in facing Chesterfield when that fixture comes around? Because that should be a belter, shouldn't it?
Yeah, it should be a very good game. I mean, me and Cairo Mitchell are looking very forward to that game.
And obviously, what are the ambitions here this season, and what have you seen from the squad so far that makes you think that Notts County can perhaps go all the way this year?
Yeah, I mean, like the team chemistry that we've got on and off the pitch is one thing, which is a big bonus for me. I think will help us a lot on the pitch. I mean, player-wise, as you know yourself, we've got some fantastic players in the team, a fantastic team as one. So I feel like even from playing against Notts County last season, I feel like this season there's just that little bit more that the team has got, and I truly believe that we can get promoted, whether it's through playoffs or automatic promotion. And
obviously, you touched upon Callum Roberts. Presumably, you will have had to face him in training at some point. What's that like?
Yeah, it's not the easiest. As you can see what he does on the Saturdays, it's not the easiest, but yeah, he's a fantastic player, man, and it's very good to have him in the team.
I mean, you will have faced a lot of wingers during your time in the National League. How highly does he rate, in your opinion?
He's definitely up there, top 3 for me, top 3, 100%. I mean, yeah, the things that he does and the stuff that he pulls off, you know, it's just insane. So yeah, it's top 3 for me.
Obviously, Wealdstone tomorrow night. Unbeaten start to the season. I know the manager has said perhaps too many draws in there, but what have you made of the start? It's fairly encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we would like to have picked up 3 points where we only picked up 1, but yeah, like you said, we haven't lost any games, so it's a lot better than it could have been. So at the same time, obviously, with these home games that are coming up, we definitely want to push on and get the points that we need to start climbing up the table and obviously getting to where we want to be.
I mean, some of the results as well have been a little bit odd, hasn't it? Teams you'd expect to have absolutely flown, like Stockport, for instance, have had a bit of a ropey start. Wrexham haven't really hit any top form at the moment. Chesterfield had a draw at the weekend. But Dagenham seemed to have surprised everybody. Well, what did you make of the league this year?
I mean, obviously it's still early days, but at the moment, like with the results that you were saying, it's a bit mad. Like the teams that you thought would win against the so-called lesser teams are not picking up points. So it's going to be interesting season this league. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting league this season.